Hey everybody, JC here. Happy Friday afternoon. It is 3:45 here in Porter, Texas. About to go take Tesla FSD version 13.2.8 out for another spin. This will be the first time during the daylight hours. So let's go. Push the little blue button. Head out of my driveway. Take a left turn around my daughter's car. Get past the neighbor's Kia and the other neighbor's Chevy Silverado. Safely past my neighbor's Audi. And a Mustang, old school Mustang. Two Mustangs. That's a Mustang house right there. Got some kids at the corner there, just getting home from school. Take a left turn here out of my street and then come to a stop sign at the end of my neighborhood. Put on the right blinker. Nice tight right turn, stayed in the lane, even though there's no lane markings. Tesla FSD does a great job of creating lanes where they don't exist. Heading by K Park High School. They are out of class now. So unfortunately, we won't be able to see school zones right here because I think their school zone ended around 3:15. So we're about a half hour late for that. But pretty sure school zones are still a little bit hit and miss with version 13.2 and all the subsequent point releases there, but getting better, that's definitely sure. I've seen it abide by school zones a number of times, but just like parking, still kind of hit or miss on those. All right. It's going to get over into the right lane. We're going straight through North Park and staying here on Woodland Hills Drive. It got over into the right lane since there's less traffic there. Just wait on the traffic light here. So yeah, this is my second day with version 13.2.8, but my first time taking it out for a spin during daylight hours. Although not a whole lot of daylight today. It is very, very overcast, gloomy. Right now it's a little bit better. It's about 40 degrees outside, but we're basically in the 30s right now. We had a cold front come through a couple of days ago, and so we're going to be in the 30s for the next few days. I think it's supposed to start warming up, though, towards early next week. All right. Continuing on Woodland Hills Drive. Got a 40-mile-per-hour speed zone. We are going 39 right now, but as you can see, we're also in some traffic. All right, put on our left blinker, get over into the presumably faster lane with less traffic in it. And now we've sped up to 45 and a 40, perfect. 46. So yeah, like I've said before, all of the speed issues that folks were commenting on when we were in version 12, I'm going to tell you, since we've gone to version 13, those have all seemed to have been cured for me. And I can tell you, based on the nearly 1,300 mile round trip, road trip that my wife and I took to Kansas a few days, this past week, all right? Get through this four-way stop here. They actually have the right-of-way. That Jeep was here and stopped before us, so we properly waited on them. But I can tell you that all of the speed selections, and I stayed in the automatic set speed offset, they were perfect. All right, we're coming in. We've got a school zone light, and we are starting to slow down. Now, that being said, I do not know if we're slowing down due to the school zone light. I presume we are, because we're not trying to get around that truck in front of us. Look at this. We are going 20, and we are not trying. There's no cars immediately to our right, and we are not trying to close the gap between us and the truck. Beautiful. Look at this. We are going 20 in a 40, but we're going 20 because of the school zone. Look at this. Excellent. Great job, Tesla FSD version 13.2.8. So the very first school zone, active school zone we go through, and we are still going 20, because technically we're still in the school zone right now. Great job. All right, we should be good. I think, where's it? Oh, there it is. So the sign is directly ahead after we got past that last crosswalk. And we are 20. We're still maintaining 20. And look at this. End of school zone. Speed limit 40. Let's see what we do. We're speeding up. Well, not quickly. But we have a stoplight ahead of us. But we were starting to speed up there. Although it was 1 mile per hour. But obviously, as you can see, we had a traffic light here. So I don't know how much more it would have sped up had we not had the traffic light in front of us. But that is excellent. So the very first active school zone that we've gone through on version 13.2.8, it obviously and emphatically slowed down to 20 miles per hour going through that school zone. Fantastic. Fantastic. I'll give it a third one. Fantastic. Fabuloso. All right. Turning left here on Kingwood Drive. Nice tight turn. Very smooth. So we are now in Kingwood. So our drive today, we were in Porter and New Caney last night. Today's drive is going to be around Kingwood and the Tascasita, Humble area. So the first 24 hours that I will have had with this software, we'll have done 2 drives, and all within a certain radius of my house, so not too far away. Like I said, when I first get the software, I like to try it around the areas where the most common routes that I or anyone else in my family or friends group is going to experience. And then once you get past that 24 to 48 hour period, hey, let's go take it hither and yon and see what all these bells and whistles can do. But that's excellent. I love it. So obviously that's a sample size of 1 on 13.2.8 for school zones. So we cannot make any inference yet on a sample size of 1. All right, we got another school zone we're coming through, but it is not active. The lights are not flashing. So not an active school zone. All right, we're getting over to the right. So we are going to be turning right onto West Lake Houston Parkway here in about 3/4 of a mile. We have some blinking yellows up here, but that's not for a school zone. That's just to give you a heads up that there's a stoplight coming up around the bend. There you go. There's the road that goes into Kingwood High School, where 3 of my 4 children went to high school. Club's Kingwood, the country club, right over there to the right. I've played many a round of golf over there, and I've left many a Titleist golf balls in their woods. I am a terrible golfer. That is why I'm riding around in a Tesla with 2 GoPros in my face instead of playing golf today. Although I probably wouldn't be playing golf today anyway, with it being in the 30s. All right. Coming up to the intersection of Kingwood Drive and West Lake Houston Parkway, and we're going to take a right turn up there. Continue to progress on through. There is a dedicated right turning lane up here. There we go. We get into the right turning lane. Get in behind this Chevy Traverse. It's a nice looking car. I like it. It looks pretty brand new. All-wheel drive. Got the Z71 package. So that Chevy Traverse SUV's got the same package as the some of their Silverados have. Yeah, I like that body style, especially the rear end. Looks nice. All right, we are going to make a right turn here at West Lake Houston Parkway, and then we're only going to go a couple of hundred feet, maybe a couple hundred feet, and then we're going to turn right into the town center shopping center, which includes Leslie's Pool Supplies, Kingwood Bagel. I think there's a sushi restaurant there. All right. We've got I'm not sure why we hesitated there. We had a dedicated protected green arrow, and it was like you saw that it took about 2 seconds for it to figure that out. So that's interesting. A little hesitation there that wasn't necessary, but we got through. All right, making a right turn here into the town center shopping center area. All right, let's see. We got Leslie's Pools over there. All right, we're pulling into the parking lot. See, are you going to park us? Yes, it is. And how good of a park are we in? We are technically in the lines. Yeah, it's not great. We're in the lines, but I will tell you, our rear driver's side tire is right on that white line. So not a perfect parking job. We'd be okay. I'm not stopping here, but we would be okay with this parking job, I should say. I could get out of the Tesla and go into Leslie's or FedEx or Hot Works. Well, I'm not going to be going into Hot Works. I have to build up my bravery for that. Let those ladies tear me apart in there. But I could go into any of these shops, go to Memorial Herm. I would be fine, especially since it's not very congested in here. But just to acknowledge it, I've got my 3 tires are within the lines. My rear driver's side tire, I should say. Did I say passenger before? Rear driver's side. My rear tire is right on the line. So not perfect, but it did park us. So that's great. So now what we're going to do is we're going to try, this is a good one right here. We're going to work our way back over to HEB in the Kingwood, on Kingwood Drive. So let me bring up HEB. Where is it? It's over here. There we go. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick a spot. Let's see how that takes us. All right. All right, we'll put on our rear camera. Backing out. Pulling up through the town center parking lot here. Pass by Leslie's Pools, Little Ginger Japanese restaurant. We're going to take a right turn out of this parking lot. We've got an oncoming vehicle. We got a Cadillac Escalade coming up to our left. Should be good after the Escalade passes through. There we go. And that is a humongous vehicle. All right, here's where it can get interesting. We need to get across West Lake Houston Parkway into the median and then turn left. Now that seems like it'd be easy, but at this busy time of day, it's Friday afternoon. It is 4:02 in the afternoon on a Friday. All right. We still got some oncoming vehicles coming. And we had another vehicle in the median at that. Now no, never mind. We still got oncoming vehicles. So what we're doing is we're going to get across West Lake Houston Parkway here, get into the median, and then turn left onto the other side of West Lake Houston Parkway. So let's see how we do here. All right, there's a gap. We go. Great job. We get into the turning median. We assess things. There's a gap. I'm going to wave to everybody that left a gap. Great job. Awesome. Awesome. But thank them. Also, I'm going to give them another wave for giving us that gap. That was great. Wow. Excellent job. Very confident, very smooth. I will say that we lucked out a bit there that both of those vehicles left a courtesy gap to keep that pathway open, because it's not just the turning median there, it's the parking lot to our right as well. So those folks did a great job of leaving a gap like you're supposed to, but some folks don't, right? So now we do need to start working our way over to the right, because we're going to turn into HEB. There we go. We find a gap, we take it. I'm going to give them a wave, and we get all the way over. Excellent job. Excellent job. Wow. That was incredible. I'm going to be honest with you. I was going to lie to you, but I did not think it was going to make it all the way over to be able to get into that right turning lane. I thought we were going to need to continue to go straight and sit there at the light and then go into the HEB from the other direction. Wow. That was incredible. That is, I'm going to tell you, that may be a level on 13.2.8 versus 13.2.7, just a whole nother level. Just a little bit, just a skosh. I'm going to say I haven't seen it be able to do that. That's why I wanted to have it go from town center over here to HEB, because that was the best it's done at rush hour, especially on a Friday night or Friday, it's Friday rush hour. All right, let's see how we do in here. So I navigate to the HEB. Is it going to select a parking spot? And we're slowing down right here. I don't see any pedestrians, but I'm going to tell you that the FSD software in these parking lots sees a lot more than I do. So you just never know. All right, we're picking a parking spot. And is it done? Let me just wait a second here. Yep, it's gonna correct it. Is it gonna try to park or get out of here and keep on going? All right, so it parked there. It wasn't the best parking job in the world, but it did park. And I will say on that one, both of the right side tires, the passenger side tires, were on the line. So that was, it parked, but we would have needed to manually correct that. But it decided to reverse out. I'm presuming to go find another spot. Let's just see. Let's give it a chance. There we go. We're going down the other, and these are one-way lanes, so it's making great lane selection decisions as well. Unlike that Dodge Ram 1500 that just did something you shouldn't do, which is go across a parking lot. All right, let's see how we do here. There we go. Starting the parking process. And I'm not going to say anything yet. I'm not going to say anything yet. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. That was bravo. Bravissimo. So on that one, that was really impressive because it parked right over there, or maybe I think it might even be right here, but it wasn't a great job. And it reversed it. It self-corrected, reversed out, went back around, found another spot, and parked perfectly in it. Now, what would have been even better is why even leave that spot that we were at? Just reverse out and park better. But it just decided to come over, and you know what? That's awesome. That is great. So let me see. What was the next place we were going to go to? Oh, so I want to see how it does. Make sure there's been no regressions. We're going to go over to 3B's. So let me find 3B's grill. There we go. Put on the rear camera. Reverse out. Great job. Keep backing up. Give yourself some room. Pull forward. Avoid that parking lot median there. Putting on our left blinker. No vehicles coming to our right, none to our left, so we should be good. There we go. And so what we're going to do, we're going to go test out this intersection at the HEB parking lot with Kingwood Drive and the 3B's parking lot across the street. This used to be an area that gave us fits. Prior to 13.2.2, this was an area that would result, generally speaking, in a critical intervention. Not a non-critical, but a critical, because it would try to drive across that median over there, which if you let it do it, it's going to damage your vehicle and damage the median and take out that sign. But it's been corrected, so let's see. So far, so good. We got good lane selection. We do have, well, we got a gap. There we go. I was going to say we had some oncoming vehicles, but there was a gap if you're quick enough, and it gets over to the left turning lane here, and we're going to need to make a U-turn, but we do have oncoming vehicles, so we're going to have to wait. Let's hopefully wait. Good job. We're waiting. Continuing to wait. Please wait. So that's excellent. So what we'll do is we'll have it pull into the 3B's parking lot, and then we're going to come back over to the HEB, see how it does. All right. Still got oncoming vehicles. We got a gap. If we take it, let's go, let's go, let's go. Great job. Good U-turn. Pick it. Give me some giddy up and go. There we go. Great job. Wow, it's just so confident, even with oncoming vehicles. It needed to get over in the right lane. It did it. Good U-turn. All right. We're pulling in, about to pull into the parking lot of 3B's. Let's see how we do over here. Oh, another Tesla, Model 3. And that one is an older version. You can tell by the nameplate or the plate on the back. All right. We're in the parking lot. No place to really park right there. So we're going to need to continue pulling on through. Let's see if it continues to pull on through and park us. What's it going to do? Or is it just keep going? Come on, come on. You can do, that's just going to drop us off. So let me get out of people's way. Let's see if it'll park us now. So I dropped a manual pin in the parking lot. Let's see if it'll park us there. Nope, just going to drop us off. That's fine. So let's navigate back over. Where's that? There we go. Let's go like right there. All right. So now what I want to test. So we did testing from the first direction. All right, great job. Did not go through there. So what it would do is try to go into that exit and again, go straight across. And again, you're going to damage your car trying to drive over that median, take out the sign, probably take out, you know, some bushes. Fortunately, no trees there to run into, but that's what it was doing. Then on 13.2.2, it cured it. And 13.2.7, which was the next version I was on, the same thing, no regressions. Now I think so far we're, all right, come on, if you're gonna get out there, you better pull out. You better go. You better go. Great job. Great job. Oh my God, that was so good. I mean, there was one opportunity to get across like that, and it did it, but it had to be fast. All right, we got a stop sign here, but we do have a courtesy gap. They're going to continue on up. Let's see if, no. Yeah, they just weren't given the gap long enough. So that's okay. When we pulled up there, they had given a courtesy gap to somebody else, but honestly, I think we were going to need about another second or two of them holding that gap for FSD to take it. And they just kept moving on up. But that is absolutely fine. All right. So no regression. So that's 3 FSD versions in a row for me where there have been no regressions at an area that was a historical and repeated site of a critical intervention. All right, let's make sure of our lane selection. Good to go. Another good lane selection because these are all one ways here. All right, so we'll just, even though we're done with this test, let's just see how we do here. All right, it's pulling into a parking spot. We are on the line. Yep, it's going to give it. So if we were staying here at HEB, I would, it parked, but I would need to manually get it over about another foot. Not too bad. Both of the passenger side tires are on the line right now. So we would be taking up some space of the lane over. So we would need to repark a bit, but it parked. It has the only place it hasn't tried to park us at is at 3Bs. And I did not drop a pin in the parking lot at 3Bs. And I noticed I could, but then when I dropped that manual pin, it just dropped us off there too. So we are done with the HEB gauntlet, the HEB to 3Bs gauntlet, which I'm telling you, both ways, both directions there at that intersection was resulting in critical interventions. All right. Where was my next? I think it was El Jalapeño. Let me just, sorry, forgive me here. Yeah, El Jalapeño. Now we're going to test out something else. That's it right there. Let's see which direction this takes us. Yep, good to go. Let me put this back down. Get on our way. Put on our rear camera. Start backing out. No pedestrians, no vehicles. All right, straighten up. Avoid that parking lot median again. There we go. Great job. All right. So, really good results today. So I was telling y'all last night on that drive I did not notice a lot of difference. Well, I'm going to tell you, it is not a step change by any means, but sometimes you just got to get out there for those second, third, and fourth drives before you can really tell. And I'm going to tell you what, I can definitely tell that there is some incremental improvements in the performance of FSD from 13.2.7 to 13.2.8. But like I said, sometimes you just got to get on that second, third, or fourth drive to see it. And we are in the daylight, so that may be helpful as well, because obviously cameras are just, although these cameras see a lot better at night than we do, but any system or biological or robotic or AI is going to do better in the daylight than it does at night. So here I am talking like I know. All right, put on our right blinker. Turn right out of the HEB parking lot. Turn left. Okay, I guess it wants to go through the Raising Cane's parking lot. This will be interesting. Are we going to try to get up on Kingwood Drive from here? Woo-wee. Yes, we are. Man, this will be interesting, because this is congested. So as you can see, which way is it going to go? Yep, it's putting on the left blinker. We have, let's see if they move up enough that we can get through. They're moving up. Let's see. We have an opportunity. There we go. We get in queue. Great job. All right, let's see how we do here turning right onto Kingwood Drive. But here's the other interesting factoid. When we turn right on Kingwood Drive, I think we need to get all the way over to the left, like 2 lanes of traffic. And I just don't know if there is enough space here on Kingwood Drive for us to get all the way over to the left turning lane for West Lake Houston Parkway. But that's why, hey, this is why we play the game. If everything was just on paper, X's and O's, this is why we play the game. We just got to see. Well, we got a chance here. I'm going to get a drink of my water. All right, moving on up in queue. But we are backed up because the traffic light at Kingwood Drive and West Lake Houston Parkway is a red. So we're going to be here for a little bit. So yeah, what we're going to have to do here, if it's going to stay on its route, so you can see here, we need to take a right turn out of the Raising Cane's. Well, actually, this isn't Raising Cane's. This is just the whole shopping center parking lot. But we're going to need to make a right and then immediately get over to the left turning lane. They do have 2 dedicated left turning lanes. So we need to get over 2 lanes of traffic. And look at that. That is not a lot of room to do that. Let's see what we got here. Let's see what we got. All right, traffic light just turned green up there, so they'll start moving through. But again, we'll still be here because obviously they have the right of way on Kingwood Drive. So we'll see if we can get out of here. All right, they were nice. Left a courtesy gap for the truck. Let's see if we get a courtesy gap. We do not. And I'm going to be ready to do a non-critical intervention if somebody gives us a courtesy gap and we don't go. Because I do have lots of traffic behind me. Like right now, we should not be going because the traffic on Kingwood Drive is continuing to flow on through. But if somebody gives us a courtesy gap and Tesla FSD doesn't immediately take it, I am going to go ahead and give it an accelerator push. But so far, we have not been hit with that opportunity. And I don't know. I mean, it could take it immediately. We just don't know. All right, let's see what happens here. Nope, they're continuing to move on through. So no gaps as of yet. Traffic is just moving through. All right, now we've got a gap. They're giving us a gap. We take it. I'm going to give them a wave. Great job, Tesla FSD. All right, but we've got to get over. I just don't know if it's going to be able to do it. I just don't think it's going to be able to do it. All right, it's making its way over one more lane, but you got to get over another lane of traffic. I'm going to tell you what. If FSD is able to pull this off, this is heroic. All right. We shall see very shortly what we can do here, because it also depends on the vehicle to our left and what their plan is, right? So the vehicle directly to our left, the way they are positioned, they could be going in either of those two dedicated turning lanes. We just need to get into one of them, but they could very well block us. And if they block us, then who knows? Because we are still, all right, we're moving up. We're moving up. Where are we going to get to? We get in behind there, and we're going to be able to do it, folks. We are going to be able to do it. Now, let's see. There is enough room for them to get around. There we go. They go. And it did move up. Like, we are literally on the bumper of the Altima in front of us. There we go. We move on out. That was, oh, we're good. Well, but it's done. We did it. And we're not running a red light. Great job, Tesla FSD. We got in to that left dedicated turning lane, and it did. I'm telling you right now, we pulled up behind that Altima as much as anybody should get. You should not get right on somebody's bumper where you're literally touching it, but it did get further up than it would normally do in normal traffic, so as to allow the vehicles behind us. Now, they did get stopped a bit, because, well, I'm just going to be honest, we could not get our rear end completely out of the lane we were coming from. But you don't have to. You just have to have the majority of your vehicle getting in there as much as possible. And then, as you can see, they did have room to get around us. So, I mean, that is very good human driving behavior right there at that intersection. I just didn't think it was going to be able to do it. I really didn't. That was excellent. Wow. Great job. Excellent job. So what we're going to do here is we're going to obviously turn left here on back onto West Lake Houston Parkway. And we're going to now go into Humble and Atascocita. So what have we done so far? We have gone to Kingwood Town Center over there. And then we came back over, crossed all the way over Town Center to HEB. Went from HEB over to 3Bs. 3Bs back over to HEB. Tested out that area that was a historical critical intervention. Tested that there's been no regression. So 3 versions for me now of no regression, so I think we're good. All right, there we go. Got the left turning light on through. Stay in our lane. Great job. Excellent. Excellent. Let's look at our speed selection here. So we are in a 45 mile per hour speed zone. We're picking up some speed. We're staying up with traffic. We do have a stoplight about 100 or so feet in front of us, so we probably can't get too fast up here. Yeah, I would say that was perfect speed selection. There we go. Let's see if we keep the green here. And we do. Continuing to move on through. Picking up a little speed. Great speed. So we're going 44 and a 45. But as you can see, we're staying along with traffic. Now we're doing 45 and a 45. No slowdowns. No weird spots where we slow down to 37 or 38 like we were doing prior to version 13. Excellent. All right, continuing to move on through. Going 47, 46. And we are, like I said, we're in a 45 mile per hour speed zone. Now, what I'd like to see it do, what most people do, most people go about 45 to 48 through here, as you can see, which is what we're doing. We're doing 47. So we're perfect. But then, once it gets up to this bridge that goes over Lake Houston, most people speed up to about 55. Even though it's still a 45 mile per hour zone, the speed limit doesn't change, most people speed up to 55 because it's just, it's open. So let's see what we do. All right, we're on the bridge now. Let's see if we start speeding up. And there we go. 50. 51. 52. So we're maintaining 50 to 53. Basically staying with traffic. There's a vehicle behind me, but they're not. We're going 54. Perfect. Now let's see what happens after we get over the bridge. 55. So like I said, now let's see. Well, we got a stoplight, so obviously we're going to start slowing down. But that was excellent. Excellent human-like speed selection. That is exactly how humans handle that 2 to 3 mile section of West Lake Houston Parkway. Perfect. Now, I will say, FSD was doing that on 13.2.2 and 13.2.7 as well. But I just want to show that there's been no regressions with that. The speed selection so far has just been excellent. Spot on. All right. Now, we're not going to pick up too much speed here because we're about to make a right turn in about a quarter mile. We're going 44 and a 45, staying up with traffic. We're going to make a right turn here up at the traffic light, which is Upper Lake Drive. Right, put on our blinker. Nice tight right turn. We did get over in the other lane just a bit, but again, no biggie because there's only one lane turning right onto Upper Lake, so not critical that you stay exactly within your lane when making that turn. All right, we got a three-way stop coming up here. We are now in, well, I can't remember if this is still Kingwood or Atascocita here. I think it's kind of a little bit of both right here. But we are about to go do just a little bit of testing around the Humble, Atascocita area. Not full into Humble. Atascocita is basically part of Humble, but most people just call it this section Atascocita. But there's a couple of things I want to see there and test out. We'll do that. So yeah, today is the Kingwood, Humble, Atascocita route. Yesterday we did Porter, New Caney. So we'll basically have gone to every spot around the northeast part of the greater Houston metro area. Got a young couple there, a couple of lovebirds. Well, who knows? They're just kids. He could be walking her home from school. Can I carry your books? Are there books to even carry now? Do everything on iPads and iPhones. All right, continuing on through. Yeah, we're definitely in Atascocita now. So we're going 33 and a 30, 34. Excellent. 35 and a 30. Yeah, so just no more slow poking like it was kind of apt to do back in the version 12 days. It would definitely have some areas where it would just slow poke on automatic set speed offset. All right, coming up to a four-way stop here. We're going to take a left at the four-way stop. First, we're going to come to a complete stop. It is our turn. Take our turn. Great job. Stay in the lane. And you do need to stay in the lane there because, as you might imagine, at a four-way stop, you do have vehicles going into those other lanes. So. Come to another four-way stop. There we go. Great job. All right, we're about to make a right turn here in a second. Go. Gonna briefly be in this Atascocita neighborhood. Now the speed limit here is 20. Not a school zone, it's just a 20-mile-per-hour speed zone. We are going 25 and a 20, which is okay. All right, we do have a vehicle parked to the right and we have some oncoming vehicles, so we need to stop for a second. They have the right of way because obviously it's our lane that is blocked by the Dodge Charger up here. So we are properly waiting for them to continue to move on through. There we go. Make our move. Get around the Dodge Charger. Great job. Great job. All right, we're going to come up here to the stop sign, this four-way stop. We're going to make a left turn. There we go. And we're going to go across 1960 to the Mexican restaurant. So, again, I purposefully designed it to give it a little bit of angst, give it a little bit of complexity. Let's see how we can do getting across 1960. Because we got a busy thoroughfare in 1960. We got road construction. All right, we got oncoming vehicles coming to our left on 1960, so we should not be doing anything right now. Still oncoming vehicles. Nobody behind us as of yet, so we can give it a little bit more flexibility. But what it needs to do is it's going to need to get across 1960, get to the eastbound side of 1960, and get all the way over to the right, and then get into the parking lot for El Jalapeño Mexican food restaurant. But this is a tough place to turn left. All right, we have a gap now on this side, the westbound traffic for 1960, so we go, but we do have, now we're gonna have to stop because there's vehicles it gets up there, but there's vehicles oncoming from the other side of 1960. So it's kind of hard to marry up. Let's see, there may be a gap coming up here. We get an opportunity. Let's see. All right, we got a gap on that side, but now we got some vehicles coming from this side, and we take the opportunity. Yes. All right, now keep going. Keep going. There you go. Great job. Great job. Wow. Perfecto. Está bueno. Muy bueno. You gonna park us? Come on, you gotta park after you showed out like that? Nope, it's not gonna park. All right. That was awesome. Let me go ahead and we'll talk about that. Oh, let's go to, oh, not that, Petco. That was awesome. Wow. So you see how I engineered that. There's so much traffic on 1960 coming both ways. There is no turning median. There's road construction. I don't know where you're going right now. You just showed out, and now you're gonna take me for a tour of this parking lot for a little bit. Okay, that's fine. As long as you get back on 1960. Oh, I see what you're doing. You're gonna take us back out that. I know what you want to do. You want to go drive by the Mexican restaurant and flex. Is there a senorita in there you like? Look at it. Look. No. Flexing right now. Just flexing. You could have gone out that way, but you didn't want to. You wanted to flex. All right, we're going to take a right turn, so this will be a lot less complex other than the tons of oncoming vehicles on 1960. But yeah, I wanted to engineer it where not only did it have to get across 1960, which is very busy. Anybody in North Houston will tell you, or anywhere in Houston, what the heck is this guy doing? He's backing up into me. Oh, there he goes. I don't know what he's doing. But you got to get across 1960, lots of construction, lots of traffic, no turning median, no dedicated turning median, and as you can see, road construction with cones, and a very short time frame to get all the way over. All right, we got an opportunity. Great job. Now we do need to start getting over to the left at some point. It's going to wait. It's going to let that, because it didn't know what that Civic was going to do, nor the Chevy Silverado coming through. Great job, man. So I'm going to tell you right now, as far as city driving, what it just did right there at the intersection of 1960, I can't remember the name of the street that I came out of. I think that was Timber Forest. I'll look that up later. But what it did to get all the way across and then get into the right lane in time to turn right into El Jalapeño, that for me may be the best maneuver I've seen it do in quote unquote city driving. That was excellent. That was absolutely amazing. Showing out today. All right. So no, it wasn't Timber Forest, because that's Timber Forest right there. I don't know was that Hidden Lakes? I'm sorry, but that intersection right there at 1960, I'll figure out what side street that was. But that is a really good place to see how not only human-like the software is getting, but how confident it's getting. And we had a vehicle behind us, so we had everything available. Because I'm going to tell you what, had we not gone at the time that we, where there was an opportunity, because once that opportunity presents itself, if you don't take it, you could be there another 5 minutes. Believe me, that car would have honked at us. So at first I thought, well, we'll have the opportunity to just give it time to see. No, that car came behind us. We did not. You had all the bells and whistles there to see how good this system's getting. That right there, and I don't even know if that's going to fully come through on the video, but I guarantee you, anybody watching this video that lives on the north side of Houston, and especially if you live anywhere in the Humble, Atascocita, Kingwood area, they will back me up on that. That was impressive. That was the best city driving move I've seen it make thus far in all my 2 years of using FSD. I didn't even start trying that intersection till 13.2.2. I didn't have a chance on 13.2.7 because I only had it for a week, and 4 days out of that I was in Kansas. But yeah, 13.2.2, it was pretty good there, but I had to do like some non-critical interventions to help it get through. That was great job. So what we're doing now is we are going to go into this Atascocita shopping center and have it navigate us to the Petco. All right, got the green light here. Let's see if we keep the green. Hopefully we do. And we do. Make our turn. There we are. Now we are get over into the right lane because we're going to need to make a right turn up here at the stop sign as we come into the Atascocita shopping center. I'm going to have it navigate us to the Petco, see what it does in the Petco parking lot. And then from Petco, I'm going to just put in Lowe's, because the last time I did that was very interesting. So I just want to see what it does this time. All right, there we go. Great job. It was our turn at that four-way stop. Gonna keep progressing on through here. And I see the Petco to our left. There we go. Turn left. Well, technically that's Dick's right in front of us, but the Petco's to the right. So let's see if it drops us off in front or tries to go and park. Oh, well, it was gonna try to park there for a second. Whoa. What are you going to do here, Bubba? What are you trying to do? Wow. Wow. That is the first time ever that FSD has reversed me into a parking spot that is not a Tesla Supercharger. First time. And this was a perfect parking job. Now you might say, but JC, it parked you at Dick's. Well, there's Petco right there. It's the same. The parking lot here is all for Petco, Dick's, and TJ Maxx. So it's the parking lot for all of it. That was awesome. Man, it is. I tell you what, yesterday I said, I didn't see a whole lot of difference. Man, I should have just shut my mouth and said, let me get a couple of drives, 2 or 3 drives before I say anything. All right. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to have it go to Lowe's. Now let's see where the navigation takes us to on Lowe's. Because last time it did something pretty interesting. Let's just see. And if it doesn't recreate, and a part of that was probably the preset pin for Lowe's. So they may have changed up the preset pin. We'll just see. So this may be nothing, but I just want to do it while we're here. Because the last time I had it navigate us to Lowe's, it wanted to go back to the delivery section of Lowe's, which they had gated off. And so it stopped at the gate, and that was the first time FSD ever reversed out and corrected itself for me. So let's just see what the situation's like now. Okay, we gotta make a right turn and then an immediate left. Excellent job. We got to go past Kohl's. It is a 15-mile-per-hour speed limit through the parking lot. We're going 13, so that's good to go. All right, let's see. What does it want to do up here at Lowe's? And that gate is closed, just like it was last time. So let's see what Tesla FSD does. Up? Nope. They fixed the preset pin. Okay. So let's see what it does in Lowe's then. Let's just let it go ahead and do its thing. So before, when I had it navigated to Lowe's, it was going to take us to the delivery center, which is back to the side of Lowe's. This go around, it's actually taking us now to the front of Lowe's, which it should do. So they fixed the preset pin. Let's see how it handles this. This is some tight spacing here. It's doing good. It's got to go right. There we go. But we got to wait, make sure there's no oncoming traffic coming through. Let's see how we do here at Lowe's. All right, it's got us in front. Let's see, is it going to just drop us off? Yes, it is. I'm going to do one more thing while we're here, though. Let's see if I can even engineer it. I don't know if I can even engineer it, but let's just try. Nope. Let's try this. Let's try it. Let's just see. All right, coming through the Lowe's parking lot. Got some pedestrians to the left. We handle them well. Okay, I don't know what it stopped there for. Probably just ascertaining, making sure there weren't more pedestrians coming out between those vehicles. All right, get to the end of the Lowe's parking lot. I'm going to turn right. No oncoming vehicles, so we should be good. And I don't know if I took it down far enough. Let's just see. I don't want it to turn too early. Not here. The next one. There you go. There you go. Now let's just see. All right, the gate is locked. And a Jeep coming through. All right. And it stops on its own. It did not go where, so it can't get back there. So now what is it going to do? Oh, it's just going to stop. So, but here's where I think, because the place I had it navigate to was right up there where that lumber is. So basically it's saying you're here. Let me try one more thing. Sorry, and this will be it. I promise. All right, can't get, there you go. So it did exactly what it was supposed to do on that first one, because basically my pin was right there just beyond where the gate is. So now I put the pin at the end of Lowe's over there, and I'm going to go ahead and exit out of this here pretty soon. Okay, wait a second. Let's just make sure. All right, stopped again. Yeah, you can't go through there. Now, yeah, I just couldn't figure out. So there's really no way to get back there. It doesn't know which way to get back there. And honestly, you can't get back there except through here. So what I'm going to do now, so it did stop and it did reverse out. So I just wanted to make sure that didn't regress. Good to go. Now let's go to where. All right, taking a left into the Lowe's parking lot where we were just previously. So we're trying to go here. Well, we got pedestrians to the left and to the right. So I did have to intervene there to get it unstuck. Now that being said, I was this guy's like, we're looking out for you, brother. Just go ahead. That was one that I engineered it into, so that was not part of a normal route. I was trying to get it stuck to see if it could unstick itself, because it did previously. Obviously, a couple of learnings there. Number one, they fixed the preset pin for Lowe's, so now it does go in front instead of trying to take you back behind to the delivery center. So once it did that, I could have just gone on to the wife's restaurant, but I wanted to test out the reversing, and it just didn't do it this time on that test. So we got it stuck. Now, the funny thing is, it didn't give up. It did not give up. It didn't just go kaput. Because technically, it was at where we had it pinned to. Where are we going here? All right. I'm not sure why it's going in here, because we're not going to be able to get across. Is there a way to get out over here? I don't know this parking lot very well. And there is. Okay. Let me get through here first. Sorry, because this is going to be a bit difficult. see here. All right. Got the pedestrian to the right. And then we need to get across 1960 underneath the bridge. This is going to be an interesting one. So yeah, on the, it's interesting though. I don't even want to call it an now that I think about it, on both of those manual pins I set, I had it going to a place that was just beyond that gate. Like literally, the first one was like 10 feet beyond that gate. Where that big stack of lumber was, that was the manual pin. And so technically it's like, all right, we're here, I guess. You got a gate in front of you. Then the next pin I set was maybe about, but I had it, I don't know. I mean, at the end of the day, it should have been able to unstick itself. But, I was kind of putting it through a rock and a hard place on that one. So, but it is what it is. All right. We got traffic moving through. They gave us a courtesy gap. I'm going to give them a wave. All right. We do have, oh, there we go. We got green. Great job. Great job. All right. We got to continue to move on through. All right. Turn in left. Great job. Wow. And with all that road construction. Tremendous. Let me get a swaller here. So on that one, I mean, it is what it is. We were testing out and we know it can get itself out of spots like that. That one I'm not going to call an intervention, just because it was taking us to exactly where I asked it to take us to. Granted, I got it stuck. Yeah, that's one's a tough one but I wanted to test out the functionality on that. So, yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's still an intervention. It was stuck there at the gate. I had put in another navigation point. It could not figure out how to get itself unstuck from where I had it. So it's a non-critical intervention, but still, that's because I was putting it through some pretty harsh testing there. All right. All right. Yeah, it is just doing fantastic. But the main thing, a lot of people are like, hey, it stopped for that gate. That gate was kind of hard to, you think about it from a AI perspective, that's not like a big, huge fence or a big old gate. It's just one of those, metal rod gates. So it's like, it saw it, it picked up on it, and it stopped. But that's what I think. I'm assuming that's what the AI was doing there, was trying to figure out, like, hey, I know I can't go forward. There's an object in front of me, but I'm not exactly sure what that object is. So, kudos for not going forward. And like I said, you saw I had my foot was there hovering over the brake, getting ready. Yeah, definitely good stuff today with version 13.2.8. All right, we're going to take a right turn here at the traffic light at aerobic. Nice tight turn. not sure why it still has a blinker on. Okay, finally took it off. So I'm not exactly sure why it kept that blinker on that long. All right, we got a 4-way stop. There we go. Got another quarter mile here, a little bit less. And then we'll turn left into my wife's family restaurant. And we'll see how it does parking in that parking lot. So that was pretty cool at the Petco Dick's Sporting Goods parking lot there. It reversed in. All right, make a left turn. We do not want to go to Jiffy Lube, so keep on going. Do not pull into the Jiffy Lube. Thank you very much. We don't have anything they can lube. All right, continue to work on through. Let's see what we do. You gonna try to park us? Yes, it is. And we are just in the lines. I mean, well, I take that back. Our driver's side rear tire is on the line a bit. So I am going to go ahead and anyway, I'm going to go park over closer to my wife's the actual restaurant anyway, and go in and see her and my mother-in-law. But yeah, we'll be back out in the Tesla here in a little bit, and on the way back home from the restaurant, boba shop, we'll talk about the drive. So I will see y'all in a little bit. Bye-bye. Hey everybody, JC here, back in the Tesla, done at the wife's family restaurant. Let's head on home. Put on the rear camera. Backing up. Careful with the Subaru in front of us as well as the median behind us. Kind of tight right there, but we do well. Let's see. Got enough turning radius here. Great job. Awesome. All right, put on our right blinker. Do have some oncoming vehicles. Let them pass on through. There we go. Take a right turn here on aerobic. Stay in our lane. Excellent job. Yeah, all right. So this is the last leg of our trip around Kingwood, Humble, Atascocita area. Second day with 13.2.8. First drive with daylight, although we're about to, looks like we're about to lose it here in a little bit. It's 5:37. I think we have daylight until about 6 or 6:15, so hopefully we keep it until we get home. Obviously you can tell the light bar has come on, so it's getting a little bit towards dusk. Let the Amazon truck on through. So yeah, some really good behaviors that we saw with 13.2.8. So let me think about, go back into the mental memory bank. So did a great job of getting to Kingwood Town Center. I can't remember if it did anything out of, oh yeah. So it abided by the active school zone. We saw it slow down to 20 miles per hour going through an active school zone on that first leg as we went to Kingwood Town Center. So that was great. And then it parked us in the Kingwood Town Center parking lot. And then we went across the intersection of Kingwood Drive and West Lake Houston Parkway over to the HEB. And it did a great job on that second leg of crossing through that intersection on West Lake Houston Parkway to get into the turning median. So it does have a protected turning median, but you got to get over there quick, and then you got to fit, and it's a lot of congestion. And we took the courtesy gap. Then when we got on West Lake Houston Parkway going northbound, it was able to get all the way over to the right and actually turn right on Kingwood Drive, which I didn't think it was going to do. I thought it was going to have to go through, sit there at the light and go through and turn into HEB from that direction. So that was excellent. That was definitely a lot of confidence there. And so we got into the HEB parking lot and it parked us. And then on a third leg, we had it take us across Kingwood Drive to the other side to the 3B's parking lot. And we were able to see that there have been no regressions in the cure they had for that historical critical disengagement, critical intervention. So that was great. And it did a very confident U-turn and got some giddy up and go to get over to 3B's. It did not park at 3B's. So there was that. And then from 3B's, the fourth leg, we had to go back over to HEB to test the other side of that intersection to make sure that there'd been no regressions. And it did fantastic. Tons of confidence getting across Kingwood Drive back over to HEB, and it parked us again at the HEB. And then from the HEB, we went to the El Jalapeño restaurant in Atascocita. So we went from there, Kingwood to Atascocita. And man, probably the best maneuvering I've seen FSD do in a city street type of environment was right there at 1960. That was incredible. That was great. I don't remember if it parked at El Jalapeño. I think it just dropped us off there. I could be wrong. But then from El Jalapeño, the next leg, I think that's a sixth leg, we went from there to Petco. Did a great job of getting out on 1960, getting across 1960, and turning into the Atascocita Shopping Center. And it parked us at Petco. And then from Petco, I had it take us over to Lowe's, and we were able to ascertain that they fixed the preset navigation pin for Lowe's, because it did drop us off in front instead of trying to take us back behind. While we were there, I did a test of the gate they have there, had it go up against it, and it did stop for that gate. And as you can tell, the speed it's going at, it doesn't see that gate till like right towards the end. Because like I said, it's not like it's a, you know, very small retractable gate that they have up there. So it's not like a big solid gate. It's just, you know, some steel poles. And it stopped for that. And on the first one, it looked like it was reversing out. But then it just, I don't know, I guess it forgot. The memory lost the fact that there was a gate there, and it tried to go through again, and then it just stopped and basically said, well, hey, the point of interest you dropped the pin on is 10 feet in front of us, so you're here. So that one was actually good to go because I didn't set the pin back far enough. But I did get it stuck there, and then I had it navigate to my wife's restaurant, hoping that it would reverse out from being stuck, and it did not. So for that one, I did have to go ahead and manually turn the Tesla around in order to get it going to my wife's restaurant. Oh, we're about to see Volkswagen just ran a red light. And look, just silly. Don't do that. You got to see that. But yeah, so technically had a they left their butt out there a little bit. We make a nice little move to the right, subtle. Didn't get too far over. But we did have to do a non-critical intervention in order to turn the car around at that gate, that metal gate, to go to my wife's restaurant. As far as non-critical interventions go, I'll put that one down at the lowest end, but technically still a non-critical intervention because it should have been able to reverse out from there, and it didn't. And again, I think it's just that gate is not, it's not clear to the system exactly what, it just knows it's an object and that it shouldn't pull forward, obviously, because it stopped for it. But anywho, and again, that's only because I got it stuck. I purposefully tried to get the thing stuck. And then we went to the restaurant. Everything was good there, and it parked at the restaurant. And let's see, anything else on the way to the restaurant? Did a good job of getting out of the parking lot to the service road to then get all the way across 1960, get in the rightmost lane, and then turn right on West Lake Houston Parkway. Did an excellent job of that. And like I said, got us parked at the restaurant, and now we're just headed on home. So we'll see if anything interesting happens on the way home. But yeah, definitely saw some incremental improvements with 13.2.8 compared to 13.2.7. I would say the only thing that it didn't do this time that it did the last time we were there was in that Lowe's parking lot, not reversing out from that metal gate after I tried to get it stuck. All right, moving on through here. Grab my other water. Excuse me. We're going 54 and a 45, staying with traffic over Lake Houston. All right, everybody's slowing down a bit as we get over the bridge. Yeah, see, everybody goes about 55 or so over the bridge. And then as soon as you get to the bottom of the bridge, everybody slows back down to 45. And the reason why is there'll be police officers sitting out there every once in a while trying to nab somebody. It's a nice looking Hyundai. Oh, I'm sorry, Honda. That is a Honda Civic. It's look very sporty. Spoiler on the back. Excuse me. Passing by the YMCA, the West Lake Houston YMCA. Kids used to play over there in those soccer fields. All of my kids played in soccer leagues over there, and that many years ago. Gosh, like 20 years ago now. All right, we got a traffic light up here. Turned on us. Nissan Titan. I forget Nissan makes trucks. Forgot about that. We got, of course, the #1 selling vehicle in the state of Texas. Not truck, but vehicle. Right beside us. Ford F-150. And they got it jacked up a little bit. Big tires. That's a big one. That's the XL version. Yeah, that Nissan Titan, it's kind of a mid-size pickup right there. That's not too big. Platinum edition. I always forget Nissan has trucks. You don't see as many Nissan trucks around Texas. It's pretty much all Ford F-150, Chevy Silverado. Those are the top two, obviously. We're going to stay here and give a courtesy gap. Yep, right by another Nissan truck. Here I am saying I rarely see Nissan trucks. All right, we move on up. Great job. Gave a courtesy gap, but then when it's time to move up, we move on up. But, yeah, Ford F-150, that is far and away the top selling truck. Well, like I said, top selling vehicle in the state of Texas. But as far as trucks go, we got the Ford F-150, Chevy Silverado. Then I'd say the next one is probably like the GMC Sierra. See a bunch of those. And then fourth would probably be Dodge Ram. Maybe a toss-up between Dodge Ram and GMC Sierra. So they're probably a tight 3 and 4. And then just a smattering of others in 5th place and below. All right. Still got the yellow. Great job. Great job. Our back tires were well beyond that line of demarcation, so we were good to go on that one. All right, going by the H-E-B where we were just at not that long ago. Freebirds Burritos. Kingwood Park and Ride. So there's the, you can't see it from here, but right over there in that parking lot is the Park and Ride. So that's where folks who don't want to drive themselves all the way into downtown Houston, they'll park over here, leave their car for the day, and then ride the bus, the metro bus, into downtown. And I'm telling you, I'm pretty confident that one day autonomous vehicles, ubiquitous autonomous vehicles, is going to really make that whole system right there look themselves in the mirror and say, you know, we're not going to be able to compete at that pricing, so we're going to need to do something different. All right, we get around. There we go. Great job. Great job. Excellent. Wow, that was a nice move. Very nice move. But yeah, don't get me wrong. The Houston Metro ride fare is pretty good. Like, it's pretty competitive when you include everything that goes into driving your car. But here's the funny thing, is that most people that take the Houston Metro, the park and ride, they obviously still own vehicles, though. So you're still paying your monthly payment to the bank, whoever financed your car loan, still paying for vehicle insurance. So it's really not saving you as much as autonomy will one day save, because there'll be a point in time where, if you so choose, it won't be no requirements here. This is the America, land of the free, home of the brave. You can do whatever the hell you want to do. But if you so choose, we'll live in an environment where you will not have to own a vehicle if you don't want. The pricing on ubiquitous autonomous vehicles will be so competitive that it will beat the cost of owning a vehicle. Now, they have to be ubiquitous, though, right? Because you want to make sure, before you can really drive a nail into that, it's got to be ubiquitous and, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? I hate it when I know the word I want to say, it's not coming into my head. Convenient. It's got to be just as convenient as them walking out to their home driveway or walking out to the front of their apartment complex. It's got to be ubiquitous and convenient. But that's the plan. That is the plan. And there will still be people who own vehicles in that environment. That's fine. In fact, we'll probably need some people to own vehicles, because their vehicles may be part of this autonomous robo-taxi future. We may need people owning vehicles to plug and play. Probably don't want to have all company operated cars by Tesla and Uber and Lyft, whoever those players happen to be. You want to have some flexible plug and play from individuals in that system. But for that person who's, you know, got $1,000 car note, pays $250 a month in insurance, and another $250 a month in gas, that $1,500 could be 25 to 50% of their take-home pay. Well, that individual may look at that and go, man, is it just cheaper for me to pay for rideshare for everything I need? Because once it's driverless, I mean, the costs just become astronomically lower. But it's got to be driverless in order for it to be competitive like that, and still be beneficial to those who own and operate the system. And that is going to be a game changer, in my humble opinion, for a large swath of the poor working class, folks that are just, they're trying to make ends meet, but it's just tough. And if you can take a car note and car insurance and gas out of that equation, man, it could just be a game changer for a lot of people. I really do believe that. All right, coming up to the four-way stop. I think they were there before us. Yeah, they were. They get through, got their U-Haul with furniture in the back. Sun's just now, it looks like we're running out of daylight. So it's 6 p.m. right now, so it looks like it was about 6:15-ish that we totally lose daylight. So this was perfect. I think we're going to keep the bright screen the whole way through this drive. And when I say bright screen, I mean the UI screen. It has not flipped over. That's when you know it's dusk. Is when that screen flips over to dark mode instead of light mode. That's when you know. I think we're just going to make it in there. All right, taking a left turn into my neighborhood. Then we'll take a right turn on my street. All right. Just see how we do here. Oh, we got a vehicle oncoming right now. Okay, we're going to stop for a second, let them through. Yep, come on through. There we go. My daughter's car right there. Let's see how we do here. Let's just see what we do. Oh, I think it's just going to parallel park. Yep, that's what it's going to do. All right. Well, yeah, we debriefed all the FSD drives on the way home. Just a great, man. It was excellent. Just absolutely excellent. No critical interventions. And we put it through some stuff today. Today was definitely a gauntlet. Yesterday, last evening, was just, let's just go take it about around Porter and New Caney. Today, in Kingwood, Humble, and Atascocita, we put it through some gauntlet of stuff, and it did amazing. No critical interventions. Technically, we had that one non-critical intervention where I had to turn the Tesla around after I tried to get it stuck there at Lowe's. But man, I mean, it just did fantastic today. And like I said, I purposefully got the thing stuck in. So that is not going to be the normal route taking that people do. So like I said, I'm out here, you know, first week I have a software update. I do try to put it through some things, but it did fantastic. So yeah, I will get this downloaded and uploaded so y'all can take a look. But hope y'all have a great rest of your Friday evening and a great weekend. And I will talk to all of y'all again soon. You know I love you. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.